Hello, my name is Villegas, and today I will be reviewing the defined phase tollgate for my PMDP project titled the 2021 MSGP Stormwater Pollution Prevention Plan Training. First, a little bit of background on my project. Stormwater became important back in the 1970s when the EPA established one of its first regulatory drivers, the Clean Water Act of 1972. The Clean Water Act created the National Pollution Discharge Elimination System, or what is known as NPDES. This regulation system prohibits discharges that are not stormwater into the navigable waters of the U.S. NPDES is a permit for those cities that have a municipal separate storm sewer system, or what are known as MS4s. MS4s should not be confused with the sanitary sewer system. An MS4 takes all the stormwater from the streets and directs it into the nearest lake, river, or stream. None of the water in an MS4 is treated, unlike the sanitary sewer system, which goes through the water treatment facilities. The partners under the MS4 include the City of Albuquerque, AMAFCA, UNM, and New Mexico DOT. The permit under the MS4 is called the Multi-Sector General Permit, and it covers discharges specifically from the industrial facilities or those that utilize or handle hazardous waste. Currently, the permit is running under the 2021 version, which was approved and became effective March 1st, 2021. Out of all those partners, only the City of Albuquerque has jurisdictional authority to enforce this permit. Now that we ran through the maze of regulatory agencies and permits and everyone's head is ready to explode, I would like to stress one basic thing that needs to be understood. This is the permit, the MSGP. That permit is what the City of Albuquerque Stormwater Drainage Department is responsible for enforcing, and which my project is based off of. The project is going to take one requirement from the MSGP permit, and that is the Stormwater Pollution Prevention Plan Training, or what is known as SWPPP. All industrial departments within the city and all personnel who work around or with hazardous materials are mandated under the permit to have this training. Currently, only a select few of the employees at our industrial facilities are trained per the 2021 MSGP guidelines. The purpose of this project is to expand on the department's existing stormwater pollution prevention plan training over the next 3 years to include all the parameters of the 2021 MSGP Multi-Sector General Permit. This includes the training of all personnel who work or are around hazardous materials. My project will include numerous departments and certain facilities under those departments throughout the city, including IT and HR. The project will involve discussions with department directors and training specialists in order to create buy-in and value to the project within the department, and will specify training requirements regulated under the 2021 MSGP. The scope of my project will include to train all pertinent employees in the 7 departments and 36 facilities required to have the SWPPP training within 3 years of the start of this project. I will also be utilizing the Employee Learning Center from the inception of the project to disperse the training and to keep records if you have been trained over the next 5 years. My scope will also include utilization of the IT department within the first year of the project to gain access to the computer terminals that can be used at each site for ease of training, and hopefully my goal is to get those terminals into those sites within the year by the end of year 2. And then also to collaborate with HR to create requirements for each job description that will be required to have the SWPPP training. This will be done by the end of year 3. As well as collaborating with the department directors and the training specialists of each department to create buy-in and develop value of the program by the end of year 2. At this time, my scope will not include the training of temporary employees. The project will have 3 specific goals, one for each year. After the first year, I would like to have the SWPPP training at least 60% of my targeted employees in each department completed online. After the second year, at least 80% of those remaining 40% from the first year, or what I anticipate to be approximately 90% of the targeted employees, will have completed online SWPPP training. And after the third year, I will plan to have 100% of the targeted employees completing their SWPPP training online. I will, of course, have to rely on all the departments listed earlier as a resource to provide to me the information and data I will need to collect, such as how many computer terminals may be needed for each department, how many employees actually fall under the MSGP permit, and also work closely with them to establish schedules to set up for each department that will not interfere too much with daily activities. Other project resources include the DMD director, my direct supervisor, and our divisional senior engineer. I will also utilize the talented staff at the Employee Learning Center, as well as human resources in the IT department. A few major milestones associated with the project include updating the SWPPP presentation with the new 2021 MSGP changes. This task is currently underway and almost complete. Another milestone that should be completed by the end of this month is to collaborate with the ELC to make the changes on the online version of the presentation. By mid-May or early June, I will have started to make contact with department directors, IT, and HR to gather information and put them on notice that the project will be underway. By June, I will also have made contact with the required departments to get whoever can be trained online trained and get as many as possible with a completed certificate done by the December 15th deadline. The second year will start off with getting the needed equipment into those departments that are lacking the necessary technical hardware to proceed with training and establish a schedule to ensure all are trained on time. And the third year will focus on making final contact with all departments and especially HR to establish a job description for those positions that will include a SWPPP requirement. I will close this presentation with my project charter, which includes all the data and information provided in this presentation. I thank you for listening and wish you all a great day.